Hey everyone, ready for another deep dive? We've got some fascinating stuff to cover today. Meme coins, Solana, and some interesting developments you won't want to miss, especially if you're a crypto enthusiast.
Yeah, there's a lot going on right now in the markets.
So let's just jump right in. Let's talk about, well, this is kind of crazy. There's a meme coin. It's called TreeMP,
Oh,
tied to, you guessed it, Donald Trump.
yeah.
And get this, it's making a serious comeback.
Really?
Yeah, a 20% surge this week alone.
Wow, that's pretty impressive. Meme coins, they really are a phenomenon.
They really are. I mean, it's like, remember, this coin initially hit a $10 billion market cap,
Oh, yeah.
crashed spectacularly, and now it's making this resurgence.
Yeah, I mean, it just shows you, the power of meme coins and the communities behind them. It's really something.
So is this just a random pump and dump? Or is there something more to this comeback?
Well, it's probably a bit of both, honestly. But one thing that's definitely played a role is its listing on Upbit, which is South Korea's largest crypto exchange.
So let's give it more like accessibility.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, more people can buy it now. But what's interesting is that Upbit, they actually put some controls in place to try and mitigate the volatility. Like
Yep.
for the first 5 minutes of trading, they limited buy orders, and then for a full hour, they didn't allow any non-limit orders.
So they were trying to kind of like control the chaos a little bit.
Yeah, basically, yeah. They knew that, with a meme coin, especially one like this, things could get pretty wild.
That's interesting. Even the exchanges are like recognizing the power of these meme coins, even if they are, trying to like put some reins on them. But what about the people buying it? Like, why? Why are people so drawn to a meme coin like this that's tied to, Donald Trump?
It's a good question. I think there's a certain like a sense of community that comes with it. It's like you're part of something bigger than yourself. And of course there's the FOMO, the fear of missing out. People see it going up and they don't want to be left behind.
It's like a digital gold rush
Yeah.
almost.
Yeah, exactly. And then with Trump, you've also got that extra layer of, political affiliation, which can definitely add to the frenzy.
So it's not even really about the like technology or the utility of the coin itself. It's more about the cultural impact, the social dynamics.
I think so. And that's what makes it so unpredictable, right? You can't really analyze it in the same way that you would a more traditional asset.
Yeah. So for someone who's like watching this coin, maybe even thinking about investing, where does Trump stand right now, price-wise?
Well, after that 20% jump, it's currently trading at over $22.
Wow.
But, gotta remember, this is crypto. Things can change really fast.
That's an understatement for sure. So is there any way to make sense of these wild swings? Like, can you use technical analysis to predict where it might go next?
You can try, but with meme coins, it's definitely more of an art than a science. You're basically looking for clues, patterns, anything that might give you an edge. Right now, for example, we're seeing a key resistance level at $24.50.
Wait, resistance level?
Yeah, think of it like a ceiling the price is trying to break through. If it can't get past that level, we might see a pullback.
So it's like a battle between like the buyers and the sellers, basically.
Yeah, you could say that. And right now, the sellers seem to be putting up a pretty good fight. There's this pattern called three black crows forming on the 4-hour chart.
Okay, hold on. Three black crows. What is that? Like, is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Not great, no. It's a bearish signal, which basically means that the momentum might be shifting from buying to selling.
So we could see a short-term dip, a pullback.
It's definitely possible, especially if it can't break through that $24.50 resistance.
So it's like, we just gotta wait and see what happens. Right?
Pretty much. Meme coins, they keep you on your toes, that's for sure.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
So if someone is, they really want to watch this coin, what are the key levels they should be paying attention to?
Okay, so we've got that resistance at $24.50. That's the big one. Then on the downside, there are support levels around $19.30 and $18.10. And if it manages to break above $21.50, that could signal a continuation of the upward trend.
Okay, so $19.30, $18.10 on the down, $21.50 for a potential breakout. Got it. This whole meme coin thing is fascinating, but it also makes me appreciate the projects that are, focusing on the actual infrastructure of the crypto world, the building block.
Oh, for sure, yeah. There's so much more to crypto than just, speculation and memes.
And speaking of which, let's shift gears a little bit and talk about a project that you've been following closely, Solana. This ties into our listeners' interest in Solana.
It does, yeah. Solana is actually built on Solana, and it aims to solve some of the challenges that the network's been facing.
You were really excited about this one, I remember, because it addresses some like real-world problems for Solana users.
Exactly, yeah. So Solaxi is what's called a layer 2 scaling solution. Basically, it's designed to make transactions on Solana faster and cheaper.
Okay, so for someone who's not like a blockchain expert, break that down for me. What is a layer 2 scaling solution, and why should I care?
Okay, so imagine Solana is like a highway. And when it gets congested, traffic slows down, tolls go up, it's a mess. So what Solaxi does is it's like building an express lane on top of that highway, allowing for faster transactions and lower
That's
fees.
just like a bypass for the Solana network, basically.
Yeah, you could say that. And it's all about, making the user experience better. Who wants to wait forever for their transactions to go through and pay a ton in fees?
Nobody, that's for sure. But how does it actually work? Like, is it magic?
No magic, just some really clever engineering. Essentially, what they do is they process transactions off of the main Solana chain, bundle them together, and then add them back to the main chain later. This reduces congestion and allows for much faster transaction speeds.
'Cause it's all about creating a more streamlined flow of transactions.
Exactly. And here's another really cool thing. Solaxi also enhances interoperability with Ethereum.
Wait, so it's not just about making Solana faster, it's also about connecting it to other blockchains.
Yeah, that's right. So Solaxi makes it easier to move assets and data between Solana and Ethereum, which are, two of the biggest players in the space.
That's huge. I mean, connecting different blockchains, making them all work together, that's kind of the holy grail, isn't it?
It's definitely a big step in the right direction. And you know what? It's gaining some serious traction. Solaxi actually raised over $21 million in its pre-sale.
Wow, that's a lot of money.
It is. And they've already got over 68,000 followers on X. So there's definitely a lot of interest in what they're doing.
Those are some impressive numbers. It sounds like Solaxi has a lot of potential. But we'll dive deeper into all those details after a quick break. Wow, $21 million raised in the Solaxi pre-sale. That's a lot of money. Shows that people really believe in what they're building.
Yeah, it does. It's not just about, making things faster and cheaper. Solaxi is really about connecting different blockchains, making it easier for them to talk to each other. That's what gets me excited. It's a big step towards broader adoption, getting crypto into the hands of more people.
Yeah, it's like instead of all these separate crypto islands, it's like building bridges between them.
That's a great way to put it. And I think for someone like you who's really deep in this space, that's what you got to be looking for. The projects that are breaking down these barriers, those are the ones that are going to shape the future.
Yeah, it's given me a lot to think about for sure. But back to Solaxi for a second. What are they actually going to do with all that money they raised?
Well, a lot of it's going to go towards development,
Good.
obviously. They're constantly improving the platform, adding new features, making sure it can, handle all the transactions. They're also building partnerships with other projects in the Solana ecosystem.
So it's not just about building in isolation. It's about integrating with like the whole Solana community.
Right, exactly. The goal is to create this thriving ecosystem where different projects can, work together seamlessly. Like they say, a rising tide lifts all boats.
And speaking of rising tides, you mentioned Solexi has this huge following on X. Like, what are they doing to engage with that community, build trust?
Well, transparency is a big part of it. They're very open about, their progress. They answer questions from users. They address any concerns that come up. It's really about, fostering open communication and building a strong community around the project.
It's good to hear. It seems like, in crypto especially, transparency can be hard to come by sometimes.
Yeah, definitely. But let's talk about the Solexis token itself. What's the latest there?
Yeah, fill us in. What's the deal with the token?
So right now, Solexis is still in its pre-sale phase, so you can't buy it on exchanges just yet. But the current price is $0.0001636 per token. And get this, there are already 5.9 billion tokens staked.
Okay, hold on. Staked. What does that even mean? I mean, for people who aren't, crypto experts.
Yeah, sure. So staking is basically like you putting your tokens to work, you lock them up for a certain period of time, and in return, you earn rewards. It's a way to, generate some passive income with your crypto.
So it's like earning interest on your crypto savings account.
Exactly, yeah. And the staking rewards for Solax are actually really good, like 195% annually.
Wow, 195%. That's insane. No wonder people are so excited about this project. But is that, like, sustainable? Can they really keep those kinds of rewards going in the long run?
That's the million-dollar question, right? And a lot of times, those really high-staking rewards, they tend to go down as more people stake their tokens. But Solaxy, they actually have a really well-thought-out tokenomics model, which is designed to make sure those rewards stay, sustainable over time.
So they've actually planned for the long term. They're not just, try to pump up the price in the short term.
Yeah, it seems that way. They're playing the long game.
Good to hear. So what's next for Solaxy? Like, when can we expect to see Solax listed on exchanges? When can people actually start buying it?
Well, they haven't announced an official launch date yet, but it's got to be soon, right? They've hit their pre-sale goals. There's a ton of momentum. It feels like it's right around the corner.
Okay, so imminent. That's the word we like to hear in crypto. But let's take a step back for a second and think about, the contrast between Solaxy and Trump. On the one hand, you have this meme coin that's all about hype and speculation. And then you have Solaxy, which is focused on building, its essential infrastructure. It's really interesting to see those two approaches side by side.
It is. It really shows you how diverse the crypto world is. You've got the people who are chasing quick riches, and then you've got the people who are, the builders, the ones who are laying the foundation for the future.
And what's crazy is that both of those approaches, they're both contributing to the evolution of this space in their own way.
Absolutely. I mean, meme coins might grab the headlines, but it's the projects like Solaxy, the ones solving real problems, that are going to have the lasting impact.
Yeah, it's like, think about the early days of the internet.
Yeah.
The dot-com bubble, all that hype, all those crazy valuations. But in the end, it was the companies that were building the tools, the infrastructure. They're the ones that survived.
Exactly. And, just like the internet changed the way we share information, crypto has the potential to change, how we think about money, value, ownership. It's a paradigm shift.
It really is. And for our listeners out there, I think the key takeaway here is don't be afraid to dive in. Yeah, it's a complex space. There's a learning curve. But the more you learn, the more you understand, the more empowered you'll be.
That's what we're here for, right? To help people navigate this exciting new world.
Exactly. So whether you're into meme coins or you're more interested in the infrastructure side of things, the important thing is to find what, resonates with you, what you're passionate about.
And don't forget, this is just the beginning. Who knows what the future holds? But it's going to be a wild ride, that's for sure.
So buckle up and enjoy the ride. Okay, we've covered a lot of ground today. Let's take a moment to kind of summarize what we've learned. All right, so we're back and ready to wrap things up. We've covered a lot of ground today, from meme coins to Solana to, well, just the whole crazy world of crypto.
It's been quite a journey for sure. A lot to think about.
It really is. It's like, when I think about crypto, it's like this digital Wild West. You got your cowboys, your settlers, your gold prospectors, even a few snake oil salesmen.
I like that analogy. It really captures the spirit of it, doesn't it?
It does. And what's funny is that both of those approaches, like the hype-driven meme coins and the more infrastructure-focused projects, they're both contributing to, like, the evolution of this space.
Oh, absolutely. They're both part of the story.
Yeah. Yeah, like, the meme coins might get all the attention, but it's the projects like Solaxy, the ones that are actually solving problems. They're the ones that are going to have the lasting impact.
Yeah, right. They're the ones building the foundation for the future.
It's kind of like, remember the dot-com bubble?
Yeah.
All that hype, all those crazy valuations. In the end, it was the companies that were building the tool, the infrastructure. They're the ones that survived.
Exactly. And just like the internet changed the way we communicate, the way we share information, I think crypto has the potential to change, how we think about money, how we think about value.
Yeah, it's a paradigm shift.
It really is.
And for our listeners out there, the main thing is don't be intimidated by all the jargon, all the complexity. This is a new industry. There's a lot to learn. But the more you learn, the better equipped you'll be to navigate this world.
Exactly. We're all learning here.
That's why we do these deep dives, right? To help break things down, explore different perspectives.
Knowledge is power, they say.
It is. So whether you're drawn to the fast-paced world of meme coins, or you're more interested in the building blocks of the crypto world, the important thing is to find what, resonates with you.
Yeah, find your passion.
Exactly. And remember, this is just the beginning. Who knows what the future holds? But it's going to be exciting, that's for sure.
It always is with crypto. Buckle up.
That's right. Buckle up. Thanks for joining us for another deep dive. Until next time.